Hi, immaliteral. Immaterial? No. Immaliteral. You know who you are. I don't have to tell you your name. Maybe you don't know who I am. I am a Rifter Darkly on Reddit. I am ENCube on DeviantArt. And I am Vin7 here on YouTube. I wanted to talk to you about your landscape painting, which I really like. First of all, I really like it. I'm gonna light up a cigarette first of all to really get in the mood, you know. And I do that, and I don't even do it off air. I'm just that well prepared. Anyway, let's take a look at this painting of yours. I like it. First of all, I think that there is some really cool, there's a nice balance to it, but we're gonna make it even more balanced. There's a harmony to it that I like. So, first of all, since this central figure right here, like this is probably the middle, close enough. But what I want to do is find the thirds. So I'm gonna grab these guides here and kick that to the side. So here we go. Here we have the 3/3 of the image. What's good about having that is that we can now spread the content all over the image instead of having everything happen right here in the middle. Like we have the birds, we have the central figure, we have this other guy over here. I'm gonna refer to the central figure as a she. Maybe it's not a woman, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. So instead of having everything like sort of clumped up into this one position, we're gonna spread them out a little bit. And then we're gonna take a look at the values, because I know you want to bring in color, but I think that first of all we need to look at the values. And what we do just to check these values is, let's take this, which is almost pure black. We can probably find even darker. Like this is so close to being pure black, it's ridiculous, right? And we don't find this pure black so much in nature when you look around, when you look at the landscape. And over here we have pure white, which means that we have another thing that doesn't appear in nature very often, this really pure white. And it also means that we have all the values from completely pitch black, pure black, to pure white. And what we want to do is we kind of want to not have those two extremes. We want them to be a little less extreme. So we're gonna fix that. And we're also going to take a look at if it's really necessary for her to be this dark, so much in shadow, when we have all this atmospheric lighting and light is going to bounce off the ground and off this huge cloud. It's going to bounce up on her. So what I simply did was I grabbed the lasso tool and I targeted her like so, and I moved her, and I threw some light on her. Here we go. I did this. Now, of course, I'm not going to paint this picture for you. This is a very bad job, but I just want to show you the principle. All right. So here she is now a bit more to the left. There's a bit more space between her and this guy. I don't know why I have genders on these two. Never mind. I also should probably move these birds. I want to move them so that they're flying in the opposite direction. I kind of like that there's like a flow like this. To me, that makes more sense. They're also flying towards the light like that. All right, so what we have here is that I lit some of this darkness right over here, and I think I did some of it here on her hand and also over here. Twee, got cat hair in my mouth, and also a little bit on this guy. And then I really badly fixed the background here, which I leave entirely up to you, of course. All right. So I did that, and to sort of lighten, or like I said, to move the extremes closer to each other, this pure white and this pure black, since I don't want that in the image, I could just bring up a filter. I could bring up a levels filter like that, and I could move these back and forth. But I think that's a bit boring. It's not cheating, but it's not, I don't know, not really my bag. So I'm gonna throw that out, and I'm grabbing a radial gradient with 33% opacity, and this radial is not a I don't know what this is called actually. Linear gradient, yeah, that's it. I'm choosing the radial gradient. I make a new layer, and I hit the reverse. I simply pick a dark color like that, and I do that. However many times I want. I can also, of course, move the opacity up and down. Let's throw that out and see what I did off screen. I did this. All right, so now we have the sun over here in this corner. Instead of having this entire field completely white. So to make things even more complicated, I wanted to have a bit more atmospheric lighting, which means that I wanted to differentiate this foreground, this whole thing, from this house in the background. What I did was I grabbed my lasso tool again, new layer, and grabbed what I think is the foreground. That's probably not, all of that is not the foreground. But here we go, something like that. Alright, I grabbed the radial gradient again, hit the reverse so it's not reversed anymore, grabbed one of the darker colors, and just started painting it in like so. Just darkening it. And you can do this however subtle you want it to be. I deselect it, again, I can make a new layer. Let's not, because I'm too cool for that. And I grab the mountain and the house here in the background. Here we go, something like that. Boom. Radial gradient again. I'm picking this, but this is next to pure white. Yeah, but we're gonna have to go with that. So I'm just gonna slightly lighten it, and then back to the radial gradient again. But this time I want to get this house out of the way. So I simply mask it out from the selection. Here we go. This is really crappy done, but you get the idea. Radial gradient again, and just another swipe with that. So when we zoom out from this, now we really get the sense that this mountain is really in the background. And of course you can add even more darkness to the foreground just by doing this. And what it does is that it makes some of the color, the ground color, shine through in a really nice way. All right, so we did that. That's not the original. I did this, which looks okay too. And moving these guides aside, I grabbed a new layer. Well, sorry. I grabbed a new layer, filled it with black, and hit the color mode so that it turns black and white. And from there, we can now start adding color. And I started with a blue base layer. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. We got a blue sky. We're gonna have a lot of blue, I think, in this. And from there, I don't know why I made this green, and this is brown, of course. And it's not very hard to do. I simply select whatever I want to paint, like so. The radial gradient again. What's my obsession with the radial gradient, man? And I can start coloring in it. Of course, I can lower the opacity of the layer. I can do a lot of cool things with this. I can also just start masking out stuff I don't want to be colored that way, and I can build from there. Not really sure what this layer is. Let's find out. Here we go. Oh yeah. And of course you can build like that an awful lot. I mean, you can select all of the ground, for example. Let's say that we do this, and we pick a brown, but I don't want that kind of brown. I want something like that. Maybe it's a bit... No, that's shit. Let's pick this, just to get this over with. And I can just paint it like that. And of course, if I want to light it up, I just do that. No problem, man. No problem. Alright, so this is 15 minutes long. I hope that helped a little bit. Maybe it didn't. Maybe you want to kick my ass now. That's okay. You know exactly where to find me. Wow, why do I sound so confrontational? Didn't mean to. Anyway, that's all I got. See you on the Reddit and on the YouTubes. Cool beans.